Okay, awesome.
I've seen life.
You start moving around the world, and
Yes. But it also makes you to see.
where do you think some of those traits and beliefs that you have?
So just to be exposed to that life.
Yeah, isn't that amazing how that works? What was the inspiration?
I've gone through, struggling through life to try to figure out life.
Yeah.
Right? Once you've reached the top, so life doesn't give me any discounts whatsoever.
Sure.
That's the purpose of happiness, right? It just doesn't come easy.
Did somebody tell you that, or did you just pick that up over time?
Okay, life will listen to you, but you also have to listen to life as well. Great question. Everybody has their own vision for, have to be strong enough to say,
The vision that you have for your life.
because I choose to do things most of the time my way.
Uh-huh.
I think, what I just know I need to run to this goal.
Yeah.
Is that I am fearful of, because I'm also fearful.
Would you say might be some failure that you really didn't expect, or that happened that?
It freed
What
me.
does it really mean to you?
It means that
Especially when you might not know, because you don't know until you're actually there. Is it really the right thing? How is it going to pan out?
everybody doesn't always believe in what you're trying to accomplish.
Mm-hmm. What does competition mean for you? And
Right? So you can do one or two things.
that's a good point too. So
Right.
what would you say that would be one that surprised you? And you didn't ask for it.
And then how are you able to live up to those expectations? And I mastered it. And it came at the ultimate price.
The closer you get to that alignment,
Very lonely.
and what's done to you, it's what you can do to it, whatever it may
comes
be.
at a cost.
Yeah. From your perspective and opinion, how do they become more vulnerable or authentic?
I think that's how I define vulnerability.
The more you live in tune with yourself, and
Appreciate that.
yep,
And the only person you can blame is yourself.
that's right. Yes,
Success, I can only speak for myself. My recommendations to people,
absolutely. Yep. Mm-hmm.
that gives me purpose.
So that they're telling
You
you
understand?
real.
So that is what gives me life.
That goes back to what you said about way.
It
But
works,
you have to listen
though.
then too.
Yes. Yeah. It does mean that this may be something that you have to do alone.
Yeah. Yep. Times that's hard for people to identify. So I love what you're saying about self. How would you define it? What does it mean to you?
So I've experienced that by accomplishing certain
Then they
things
get there, and if you accept that or sit in that throne,
and thinking I've arrived.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, and it's the same way the failure, right? They're both two opposite ends of the spectrum, but if,
I have to have that in my next phase of life.
Yeah.
That's the only time I really look back.
it's like the people that help you turn the mirror, where you're vulnerable enough to see
When I
yourself.
was down and out and I lost everything, as you mentioned before, how you get up from the failures will determine what type of person that you are.
Yeah.
Like, so if I can just say anything to the audience that's listening to me is,
Did that feel like it went fast?
how long was that? I don't know how fast that went.
Why does it go so fast?
Over 30.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Well, and here I'm thinking of, because the first time we met was like 2.5 hours, but I think we did pretty good for 30-ish. And I was trying to figure out, like, what do you think?
Yeah, that
And I was
a
thinking, how do we
natural
drag-
discussion.
So you still want a 25 to give you the 5?
It's hard to, what'll be interesting afterwards is the conversation. It really doesn't matter about the rest, so.
Exactly.
It's like you kind of forget that all this is happening.
Is this your objective?
Yes, I think so, because I
Okay.
think we got to some of the really good meaty parts. Some of I've heard when we first met, which is what I loved, and some of it was new. So, but I think it's inspiring and insightful, and I think that people knowing who you are and everything you've been through, it's like you and I first talked about, like, that's awesome, but it's not really the point. The point is you have something in here that got you there,
Yeah.
and that's what I think we got to, which was good.
Pleasure's mine.